In case you're wondering, this is an album that YouTube started recommending to me months ago. It's just been showing up on my YouTube front page repeatedly, pretty high frequency. Um, to this day, it has a view count of, and you're gonna want to sit down for this one, 218. And I mean, I'm already loving it. I'm already really liking the way this sounds. We're gonna experience this one together, and then after that, I'm making you listen to musical transients again because I'm a bitch like that. I also thought, it's Saturday. I can have a bit to drink. So I went to the store earlier. I got a bottle of my favorite wine, favorite red wine. Uh, I'm not actually opening that bottle yet. I also got a bottle of kind of a gentrified looking peppermint liqueur. Why is this queue so slow? Oh, they obviously have a mix recommendation on the side of the bottle. Mixologist's choice. Grasshopper. Wait, no, that's not a what? That's not a recommendation. That's just I guess the name of the liqueur. Huh. They have a QR code on the other side. Scan for cocktail recipe. Awesome. And then down here it says easy mix collection. 1/3 of this peppermint liqueur, 2/3 soda water. Pour over ice. Well, that's pretty simple. But also, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna drink this raw. Because I love the taste of mouthwash. Last time I actually used mouthwash was years ago. I was always tempted to drink some of it because it just tastes so interesting. Oh, we got into a draft, finally. What do we got? What you got for me? Not a whole goddamn lot. Okay. We already get to decide what we want to go into. Hmm. Chat, what do we take? Anyone have a preference? Do we want to force red, force green, force black? I'm not forcing blue. We could force white and take Elspeth, I guess. But I'm not doing that. You know what? Usually I would take Ursine Monstrosity here, maybe Sorin. But just today, just this once, I'm taking Doomsday. Pack one, pick one. Because it's just that kind of day. Well, I am immediately punished. Could have taken, one of the red or green cards. I was even thinking about Commercial District, and we would have been rewarded with Minsk and Boo immediately. Um, but I'm gonna say it. I don't even like Minsk and Boo. I kind of want to force Doomsday. But I'm not sure what that means for this pick. Yeah, fine. Okay, fine. I'm taking Minsk. Just because that pack was kind of ass. Oh, hi, Reanimate. What a weird start. God, I'm regretting not taking the pack one pick one commercial district so hard right now. That would have been so sick. Note to self to never take Doomsday ever again. Oh my god. Yeah, you know what? I think these can just go over here and take a break. Because we're not going to be using them. And then it's Necromancy. Could still go either way here. I guess I didn't say. The album is called Trenel 1 by Shiruba. I mean, we could still try and make Doomsday work. Oh my god, what? What do you mean, grief? This late? Okay, I guess the black cards are back in the mix then. We're gonna have to commit to one of these lines at some point. I'm now leaning more toward the black, especially because, you know, we passed so many good green and red cards. District Wheel. Seiju. Thought Scour is really good with Day. Zoran's just a good card by himself. And didn't see like any black cards. And yet Soren didn't wield, so maybe there just weren't any. Meanwhile, Necromancy, Reanimate, and Grief went late, so black might be like Omega open. Would be cool. Ooh, this liquor is intense. I suppose it has 24%, so shouldn't come as a surprise. Despite that, it has an extremely sweet taste. Look at this Harvester. A Harvester of Misery always disappoints me. Like, in theory, it's very useful. Just because it's a flexible, multi-purpose card. It's a self-enabling reanimate target. I think I want to take Wrist. Infernal Grasp is kind of whack. And then these are both really good. I'm taking Cut. Yeah. Okay, so I really hit the nail on the head, huh? With black being Omega open. Hello, Sephiroth. It's so fucked up that Sephiroth is just in Magic the Gathering now. And the card's strong, too. That's the worst part. It's also a bauble here. I don't really have a use for bauble. But also this isn't an amazing Sephiroth deck. So maybe we just take the free roll. Sephiroth is like really good. That's an Archon of Cruelty. No Entomb yet. So there's definitely an argument here for Polluted Delta, but if we end up mono black, then that's not that useful. Guess we take Deluge. Woodfall Primus doesn't impress me. Let me know if the music's too loud. It's getting pretty loud right now. Probably not gonna end up running Doomsday. Yeah, sure, Shadowgrave is good enough with Archon. I would love some amount of tutors. Not that one. That one sucks. Are these the ghosts and stuff drums? They're not, but close enough. Do we fucking take Sephiroth? Uh, it's so funny. Badlands is good. I want to play Sephiroth. The card's really cool, actually. And like I said, very strong. 3 mana, 3/3 Blood Artist with a lot of upside. Like, when I initially looked at that card, I wasn't impressed, but I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Resolved the damn thing once, immediately crushed my opponent, and was like, huh, that's pretty good, actually. Like, yeah, at first the card doesn't seem that impressive, but when you put it as 3 mana, 3/3 Blood Artist, it really starts to click why it's so good. Because at first I thought it just triggered on friendly creatures, which would have been a 3 mana 3/3 Zulaport Cutthroat, which is still good. But it being a full on Blood Artist effect is just insane. I don't care which one of these. Come on, let me put it in my sideboard. Please. Is that our draft pod? No one I recognize. Probably not running Doomsday in this. Do I take a shot now because I opened power? Oh, hi, Entomb. This thing is so sweet. How much sugar did they put in this? Guess it doesn't say. Because alcohol doesn't need an ingredient declaration? I always found weird. Okay, pick snuff out. Black Cleave Cliffs always wheels. Excuse me. Airborg isn't very fast. Exhume is fine. That's like the worst reanimation spell. Trying to think how much Deathrite Shaman really does for us without any fetch life. I haven't played with Cecil at all. And I'm taking Shieldred here, so we're not gonna find out how good Cecil actually is. Maybe someday. Oh, hi, Vampiric Tutor. Seems pretty decent. How is this? Settle 3? 3, that's a 5, that's a 4. This is a Voidwalker's. Yeah, that works. Oh, hi, Troll. Okay, okay, now we're getting there. Now it's happening. Deck's shaping up to be real good. Bristlebrand is back in the format? Didn't even realize. Bristlebrand kind of sucks ass, though. We're really short on discard outlets. 5-minute holiday. None of these are really trims. Shadow Spear's a bit mid. Okay, Lurus, when we have 2 baubles, is actually pretty nice. I feel like Shadow Spear's good, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh my god, even Deep Cavern Bat went late. Ay, 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 we have so many cards that are all really good. Okay, I might actually not run Shallow Grave. Because that only works well with Archon, and not with Fault Point Tyrant or Woodfall Primus. You're out. Toxic Deluge. I think it's good enough to run. I don't love Shadow Spear. Because usually just having a big thing is good enough. How good is Cecil? I kind of just want to play with the card. See if it's good or not. But what to cut? Really quite the choice. Maybe Exhume can go? But like, cycling Troll on 1 and then casting Exhume on 2 is just good. I can probably cut Bronco. I kind of hate Caustic Bronco. Especially when you can't really safely attack without saddling. I don't think the card's great. Could choose not to run the Vaultborn Tyrant, I guess. Vaultborn Tyrant might genuinely be better than Primus. Is that a heretical thing to say? I kind of want to trim one more thing. Oh, one more thing. Maybe Deep Cavern Bat can go. 2 mana's a lot and doesn't really provide defense. And I'm willing to run this with only 13 lands. Because it's 13 lands plus the Mox, 2 baubles, so we're basically only playing 38 cards, and Troll. And a lot of our reanimation lines only need 2 lands anyway. Or maybe only 1. We have Entomb Reanimate. That seems pretty strong. Though I do feel like we're gonna... I just have a hunch. One of these games, we're gonna have a Mox Ruby and we'll be hurting for black mana. Um, Run the draw. We can discard to hand size. Vamp. Give Vault Point Tyrant turn 3. Yeah, that probably gets there. This just sounds like it's about to drop us into Bad Apple. Anyone else feel that way? Sorry, is that too much brain rot for you? Hmm. Wow. Wait, they left it on top? Oh, good. A lot of damage. We could vamp for Mox Ruby and then just Toxic Deluge this. But I don't think that's a winning line. It does let us follow up with Shieldred, so it's not that bad. The obvious line is, of course, to get Exhume. Then we can still Deluge turn after. Yeah, that's better. Vamp for Mox is kind of stupid anyway. There's like no way we die here. If they can... If they have like Oliphant to cycle, and then they can bestow Phoenix, we're fucked, but if they could actually bestow the Phoenix, they wouldn't have chosen to draw it, so I'm not worried about that happening. Yeah, we take some damage. Fine. Oh! Oh. We're not being made to take an extra 5. That's cool. Hmm. We probably die here. But there's really no other line. Like, we died to any creature, basically. But I really don't have another line. Gotta... I can't just not attack. The other line would have been like, deluge for 2 and don't attack. But that would have been stupid. Yep. That's fair enough. I really don't have a good change. Maybe Shadow Spear in... But there's really no cut. Shieldred could potentially go. At the same time, Red-Green struggles to deal with Shieldred unless they have exactly Mind Collapse. Which, to be fair, is a card that goes later than it should. Yeah, sure, I'll draw that. That is a Noble Hierarch. Tell me what you got. Very interesting. Guess we get rid of the raptor? Gained 3 life. Turn. I mean, based on the cards in their hand, if we just shoot the Hierarch, they can do nothing. They also can't do anything if we shoot the cat, though. Yep, that's still death. Oh, Khazad-dûm is really good. Ooh. This looks fun. Lurus Bauble. Okay. I guess we send the Archon away. Um, yeah. Yeah, that one's gonna have to go. No raptor for you. Found our land. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yeah. Could even necromancy grief here? Well, that's kind of unnecessary, isn't it? I think we just Lurus. Start drawing 2 cards a turn. Isn't this fun? Isn't this game fun? Hmm. I'm having a lot of fun here. What's your next card, buddy? The mountain? Yeah, right. Let's take out... I mean, Chandra doesn't really save them here. Let's just get rid of Chariot. Oh, we're also flipping Cecil here? That's the nuts. Oh. I. Let's get rid of Gao. Aren't we all having so much fun? This deck is fun. This deck is fun. One in the bag. Let's do that again, eh? Spoon me. That's a great username. Why'd I keep the sand again? Does anyone know? Mox? Diamond. Interesting choice. Alongside Plateau Island, so they've got something weird going on. Hell yeah. Not getting countered. Oh, wow. Oh. Huh. That's... Why is there a Mox Diamond? The more I see, the more confused I become. PRC? And they're not drawing it? Why is there a Mox Diamond? I am so confused. Their deck is like almost really coherent. Except for the Mox Diamond. Why are we drawing so many lands? I'm only running 13 of the things. This is not how I was expecting my draws to shape up. My plan was to like evoke grief and then exhume it at some point. Maybe even pay for extort in the process. There we go. Let's attack first. And I guess I don't pay for extort. Otherwise we get got by mana leak / normalize. Chat, why do I have a headache? This headache started before I began stream, so it's not the alcohol, I can tell you that much. It's not caffeine withdrawal either. Because I'm having one of my caffeinated milkshakes. Patented, by the way. Not overly tired either. Because I literally took a nap. Might just be a weather thing. It was really warm today. And like really sunny. I went outside when I went to work at, 5:30 or something. And it was a beautiful morning. And I'm not really an outside person, usually. But I just couldn't help but notice how beautiful the morning was. Blue skies, the sun was already up because, it's the summertime. It was warm, but not hot. It was like very cozy. You melted in bed and can't get up? Well, just stay right there. You don't need to go anywhere so long as you've got me, right? I'm here to provide, let's call it emotional support. Bruh, what do you mean, bruh? Do you want me to leave? I was just gonna, you know. Actually, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This bit kind of left me. Good. Is it good? I should have played the Mox Ruby first. I'm a fool. Let's So interesting. They're dead. Right? We win? We literally win. Shoutouts to Soren for being the GOAT. I still feel like people don't respect this newest Soren enough. Actually, this doesn't work because Soren doesn't flip. Yet. Oh, but they missed it too? I don't have lethal here because the attack is only for 6. Thanks to Tamio's +2. Yeah, now we're on to musical transients. This that one's really good. Really good. Soren wasn't gonna flip there because it was going to 0 power. Now we still win from there pretty much every time. You're gonna flirt, at least make it the least bit subtle. I wasn't flirting. What do you mean flirt? Do, do you want me to flirt with you, Randy? Because I can do with that, but I'm gonna like need to put my conscious mind to it. I do want Deep Cavern Bat in this matchup specifically. Toxic Bronco's fine. Yeah, let's run it like this. Damn, they say. Oh, hello. Yeah. Yeah, we do that. We haven't actually seen any counter magic from our opponent, which is interesting. And I guess we discard to hand size? So we could land Vamp for Entomb, and then Entomb reanimate an Archon. Or we discard Primus to hand size, reanimate that on turn 2. That way the first reanimation is still coming in at the same point. Then we Vamp for Entomb, and we Necromancy the Archon. We've seen Spell Pierce. If we play Land Vamp Entomb, and then the Entomb gets Spell Pierced, then we're actually in a lot of trouble. So I'm just gonna discard the Primus now. Now, you might be asking yourself, what the fuck am I listening to? Don't worry about it. This album's goated. Trust me. It'll all make sense in due time. I adore this album, and I've been listening to it nonstop. On my train ride home from Vienna, when I was just trying to delete my conscience for about 10 hours, I just listened to this thing on repeat. The entire album, up and down. It was crazy. You thought I was stupid and never used our brain cell for anything. What's What is that in reference to? I haven't claimed to be braining out. Yo, I'm braining out! And I guess I just get another reanimation spell rather than entomb. I think I just exhume now. Or I could have also gotten grief to try and beat counter magic. But the way I'm gonna try to beat counter magic is by just casting a bunch of shit into it. Yeah, that's fine. This song came on the radio today, not turning Japanese. I guess it hasn't actually come in, but one of the samples in the song came on the radio today, and I was surprised by how bad the original song is. Could flash in necromancy. That seems like a good idea. Like a really good idea, actually. I want to do that. Yeah, the song that came on the radio was I Want to Be a Rock Star. I want to be a rock. Okay, and let's just take them off of white and red. Because actually, the substance comes in very useful here. I'm not worried about losing the body of the Primus. I'd rather get the extra ETB, extra sinkhole. Because now we're in a great position. And I can even try and Sephiroth plus reanimate. Oh! 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 Oh no! Illegal! What the fuck do we do now? Ugh. Give me a discard outlet. Oh. Ugh. Yikes, bro. So bad. I don't know. I do this. Then we can reanimate the whole breacher? Ugh. Hey, hey, I wanna be a rock. This is... This even good? Under its owner's control? Have we played a land? We have. Autistic. Okay. That's not useful at all. Let's replace it. Okay, this can still work. This, we play the interpreter. We're not dead on board. I'm not actually running Shallow Grave, but let's pretend to care about order. Because the thing is that browser window that lets you decide the order of cards in your graveyard only comes up if there's a card that cares about that in either player's deck, including sideboards. So they now know that we have a Shallow Grave or Corpse Dance somewhere. Let's just start drawing. Hetzener's is Bauble. Yep. Very cool and good. I mean, we gotta gain the one. Let's draw again. Good. Good. Hmm. Flage! Alright. Well, surely they won't draw a white source. I'm in danger. Randy, what did you send me? I'll look at that in a moment. They're really blowing up the clue. Why? That one clue is gonna make all the difference. Okay, okay, we can still make it. We can still win. Here's how we can still win. Stop. We start by drawing. Okay. That's not enough. Uh, it lets us evoke grief, actually, which is awesome. Okay. First things first. We attack. Sack. No, this is good. Oh my god, Sorin. My savior. My knight in shining armor. Yeah, we evoke grief. Okay. This is nice. This is good. Huh. Okay, well we just hit Flage then. Basically bricks their entire hand. I suppose we pass. We're still holding on. We are still holding on, chat. That is, that's a hardcast Fury. I didn't consider that that was an option, actually. Come on. Bye, Soren. Blood Artist hard carry. Oh my god. Now they flicker Fury. Ah! Oh no. Archon of Cruelty, off the top. From the top rope. Actually, that doesn't even win. Shit. What do you mean that doesn't win? Trims? I think we're dead, chat. I think we're fucking cooked. Lurus? Uh... No, we don't have enough mana to use, Sorin with that. Damn, we died. Could have seen this coming. Can we still? We can still. Okay. We can draw Fatal Push. Hear me out. Here's how we can still win. Or we could also... No, we can't cast Sorin here because we lose one blocker and then we die. We could cast Nethergoyf, though. Make 3 blockers. Yeah? Actually, I'm gonna bobble first. Selective Brutality, okay. Here's how we can still win, chat. This fucking sucks. I hate it here. Oh. Oh, I just looked at that thing you sent me, Randy. I've seen that post. In its original habitat, of course. Wait, what is the... What do you mean count with chicken lady? What's the number mean? Oh, come on! Yeah, fine. The numbers, Randy, what do they mean? Okay, well, you know what? Toxic Deluge is coming back in. Deep Cavern Bat is good. Honestly, Collective Brutality is... all their creatures die to it. So maybe it is good. Mildred might be too expensive, but we've seen Time Spiral. What do we cut, chat? Wanna have an idea? No, I'm not putting Deluge back in. It's bad in this matchup. It's just bad in the matchup. We have enough removal. No. Decisive no from me. Okay. This is... Let's just send back Shieldred. Time Spiral. Yes. No. Thanks for telling me. Hmm. I don't think I can let them have Tamio. But also I can't let them have Hull Breacher. Okay, here's the plan. We just get Sephiroth established. And then they probably don't have a way to beat him. In order for Sephiroth to really be good, can't allow that Hull Breacher to stick. Also, this opens us up to top decking Entomb and then just exhuming something. What? Ah, it's so good. The album's really good, chat. It is. Yeah? What the fuck is this? No land. Damn it. Okay. They have to lava spike themselves. What the fuck is this? Why are we flooding out again? There's a reason I'm only running 13 lands. feel like I gotta do this. Maybe they'll get confused and cast Time Spiral instead of just, playing Fear of Missing Out uncontested. Who knows? Maybe they'll get Delusions of Grandeur. Damn. They're doing it right. It's almost like they're trying to win or something. Still, that Mox Diamond, that just does not make sense to be in their deck. Like, it's so funny to me how it's just a lot worse than a basic land for their purposes. Um, well, if they have failure, we're fucking dead, but that's always true no matter what we do. So I guess we just reanimate the Hullbreacher. I just want to have something in play, you know? Oh, wait, does that mean they have failure? No. Ah. Okay, but like, if we do nothing, then we still don't beat failure. This has just been a really unlucky draw. Games in a row. Okay, Toxic Deluge. Wait, we cited that out. I could have taken another mulligan, I suppose. Certainly have fives that are a lot more explosive than that. Yeah, maybe that was just wrong. In a deck with, Entomb, Reanimate, Vamp. Maybe I settled too willingly. I still think the hand I kept was decent. And it can't be denied that we drew terribly. But okay. It happens. I'm not torn up about it. Happens to everyone. On the draw, we can try and exhume a Primus. Yeah. You there, buddy? Oh, they are. Awesome. Why is the game so laggy today? It's so weird, right? In my experience, a lot of the time, this kind of lag is actually a server side issue, not client side. Oh, so that's the game we're playing. Yeah, you have to blow up your own land now, buddy. Also, now if I draw Snuff out, I get the 5/5. So I'm not entirely sure what they're cooking here. Okay. Now hear me out. We can discard Archon to hand size, take 6, then we play Cecile. Worst case scenario, we take another 6, and then we exhume the Archon. Let me cook. Let me cook. I'm passing my first 2 turns just to discard the hand size. I'm not worried about it. What is this? Wait, Island. Fable? Oh. Oh! Oh, now hear me out. Chat, let me cook. No. I'm done cooking. I'm gonna burn down the kitchen if I cook any harder. This is... I kind of love my opponent's deck. There's a World Spine Worm! That is an absolute pile of cards. Imagine opening Zagoth Triome into turn 2 Birds of Paradise. Reanimate. Like, and then Fable. Okay, World Spine Worm, they're just running natural order, right? That makes sense. Like, Fable is a decent card, sure. Birds are decent, but with Reanimate, just everything together doesn't make any sense. And I love it. I absolutely adore it. Sylvan Caryatid. Yeah, you know, Sylvan Caryatid also makes sense to run in that deck. Incredible. Incredible display of deck building here. And what do we blow up? I think we blow up. Blowing up the land doesn't really matter when they've got birds and the treasure. Hmm. I think we win from here. God, this lag is so unbearable. It's unbearable. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Type E in chat if you're just a girl. Damn. No girls in my chat. I am once again proven to be absolutely maidenless. I will never recover. Is this capable? We can flip Sorin on turn 3? Technically? Hmm. Yeah, sure. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, and that was that album. And so I thought for the for my final act, I was just gonna put on some ambient Rainworld Downpour soundtrack. And I guess I don't want to just entomb. We could. Let me cook. Entomb. um, Mishra's Bauble. What are they cooking? Well, you see, I've got this little kitty here who just loves to chew on some metal, just like any cat would. Hypnotic tutor, you don't say. What do you think they're tutoring for? Show and tell? Or maybe they DT'd for land. That happens too. Still tempted to melody here. Just in case there's a show and tell. Through the breach. There's an Oko? There's an animate dead? I am obsessed with how our opponent's mind works. What are they cooking? What are they cooking over there? They're gonna cast Fable, I guess? And get it blowed up? No, they're casting Grist. I mean, Yeah, that's not all too surprising. Blowing up Soren is a little weird, though. Seeing as how we just replay him, attack with Lurrus, gaining 3 life with lifelink, and then immediately flipping Soren back to a planeswalker. But you gotta respect the attempt, right? Now, the question is that even our best line? Yeah, it probably is. Then I think I'm just gonna go for lethal here. Not like we have nearly enough mana to track a food any of our upcoming turns. Windfall Primus. They're gonna try again with that one. Ugh, hilarious. You're gonna try to blow up Soren again, buddy? Imagine. Imagine they do that. Yeah? Buddy! Surely it'll work the second time. What are they cooking? What are they cooking? Oh my god. That's incredible. Ah, damn. Elk. Lewis is now elk. That's interesting. How will this affect the trout population, do you think? We could reanimate Soren. And then crack a food. But that's not good enough to win. I mean, we probably just get shielded. And not killing Oko would be very greedy. Not really in any sort. Unless I suppose they draw natural order. Metamorphosis Fanatic. You don't say. Huh. Suppose that's a thing. Very strong thing. In fact, I don't like this at all. We could still lose, chat. We can still lose this game. I didn't think it was possible. We didn't possible. God, I'm really looking forward to this board getting here. It's probably gonna get here on Monday. Then I can finally sink my teeth into more like Tox 9 attempts. I think that's what I'm gonna go for first. Because I still haven't fully understood the Chroma 6. Yeah. This is the problem. Let's gain 2 life. And I was also thinking, obviously I'm gonna stream some Void next week. But I was thinking about when during the day I should do that, because I've kind of made a habit out of just streaming before work for about 2 hours. And that fits neatly into my daily schedule. However, viewership for those morning streams is always really low. Kind of understandably so. So I'm thinking maybe I should instead stream after work, which I could also do. Just start at like 10 p.m. Like, if anyone has any input as to whether or not that would work, be better or worse, could use that. I mean, I've basically decided that I'm just gonna try it next week to do the nighttime streams, because I'm staying up until past midnight anyway. I'm sleepy after work. That is true. But the viewership, though. I need to expand the Q-Cubed brand. I need to turn my hobby into a second job. You know? I gots to. So how do we do this? Can we set up like a kill with Soren or something? 10 is just so much. They have this 4/4 lifelink that I can't kill. I guess we just make a Shieldred again. And then go from there. It is true that I'm exhausted after work. Now, I could try and counteract that by just drinking coffee later. Like, recently I've kind of made a soft effort to, Can we actually escape Nethergoyf? Is that a thing? Is that good? Is that useful? I've made kind of a soft effort to not drink coffee too late when I have the late shift. But then this week, I actually noticed, kind of weirdly, give me a moment while I resolve this. Creature sorcery. Let's just do artifact land, I guess. I've noticed that I actually get out of bed in the morning more easily when I have just a bit of caffeine later. And it has actually made me more awake throughout the early shift this week. Now, is that the healthiest way for me to live my life? That's a good question. But yeah, I just want to try it out, you know? Because I can't even guarantee being awake in the mornings to the point where I can play properly. My quality of play in Void is like so heavily dependent on how I feel that day. Kind of crazy. I don't know how this works for other people, but like I'm so inconsistent with that. In case it wasn't obvious, in case you hadn't noticed. I don't know, maybe you're right about me, about it being better for me to work. But the other thing is, I also have a habit of ignoring the like chores I need to do outside. What just happened? The Why do they pass? They have a reflection of Kiki Jiki, which they're going to use to copy Woodfall Primus, most likely. Surprised they didn't go for any attacks. I guess they're just gonna try and -2 this. Cut down, very nice. Hmm. Should I have blowed up gut? I guess I can still do that after they kill Good. Yeah. That was obviously gonna happen. Card types do we have? Does that say 5? It does. And after we escape, we have 2 instants, 1 enchantment, 2 sorceries, 2 creatures, 1 land. Go down to 3 after escaping. I guess we just hold in that case. This game doesn't really have to end anytime soon, or it's kind of stuck. I'm not entirely sure who has the better top decks. So if we ever draw Archon, that's gonna be a big deal. Oh no, what's this? That's just a hardcast Atali. Because fuck it. What do they get? Exhume, which isn't useful, and Bone Shards. Awesome. Boner Shards. Boner Shards is what I call it when I accidentally knock my glass dildo off the shelf. Damn, it took me almost 2 hours today to bring up stiff cocks. That's gotta be like a new record. Where's the spreadsheet? Could I start a spreadsheet? Yo, Dick's mentioned. What is bro yapping about? Okay, Italy is actually like a real threat. They can't quite flip it. Definitely something to pay attention to. Ooh. Don't say. That get us right now. We can't actually cast Archon. Casting Grief is kind of meh here. Yeah, we've used Necromancy. Exhume is gone. Reanimator's gone. Thorin is gone. Could try to do something with Douthie Voidwalker, I suppose. Or maybe Sephiroth could do something? I'll have to think about it. I think I'm most likely just gonna try and go for Archon. Wait until I draw another land and then hard cast Archon of Cruelty. This is a very tricky game. Back and forth and back and forth. How dare you? First of all, how fucking dare you? I guess now we just Toxic Deluge for 7. Mario 7. And then we can cast Grief there on 6 with no food, no nothing. Yeah, that probably works. Yeah, whatever. Don't care. I don't care. Yeah, there's really nothing else to get. We lose 2, then we pay 7. Good thing we built up this huge health buffer. Actually, like, being very relevant. 7. After we escape, we still have sorcery instant creature. No menace, but we have to use treasure. I think I'm just gonna run out this Goif. God, Nether Goif is so good. In general, like all the Goifs are so good in VCube nowadays. Even just original plain old Tarmogoyf is just a very strong card. We win. This has been quite a struggle. How long was this game? Turn 13. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna restart my client because this is so laggy. And then we'll get back into it in just a moment. Because I want to do another draft. That went so well. Well, I guess match 2 didn't, but I'm happy with a 2-1. Alright, let it actually open up though. I have a feeling there's something else I wanted to talk about today. But I always forget after I get home from work. You know, I always come up with so many topics for conversation, or I guess for yapping, to put it more precisely. And then I just forget. I just simply forget. Oh, now I remember. I was going to talk about Hey, I was gonna talk about the AI implementation at my workplace. Yeah. Now, if that doesn't make you sink into the ground, what I'm about to describe to you will. So, usually, and I say usually, by which I mean just like up until now, how we did our daily orders is we just have this, tablet at work that we use for this. Um, and there's an app on it, literally a mobile app where we can just punch in all the orders for the next day. And there's like a set time we have to do it until we have to do it before noon for the following day. And that's how we've been doing that forever, for far, far longer than I worked at that place. Um, but now recently, corporate decided that they should let AI help, open quotes, with the ordering process. And apparently, obviously, I don't know exactly how any of this works because they won't tell us. Apparently, the AI still needs to be trained, which on the one hand makes sense, but on the other hand, like, couldn't they just use the ordering and return and sales data from the last like 10 years to, train it? But so now, instead of just punching in the order and sending it in, we have to basically sketch out the order, then call our local manager and just tell her about how much of each article we want to order, but not actually every article, because this AI ordering system only covers like half of all the positions. So it's like, okay, we go through the half that's actually covered, um, and she tells us like what we should adjust based on the numbers that the AI spits out. And so we have this process where instead of spending like just over 5 minutes, I don't know what we're taking here, by the way. What do we take, chat? When in doubt, just go with red white. Um, Instead of spending just over 5 minutes to make the order one day, we now have to, well, basically spend the exact same time doing that, then call our manager, and then it's two people on the phone discussing the order for more than 10 minutes. I mean, just yesterday, it was me who had to do it, and every Friday we have to do the orders for Saturday and Monday because we're closed on Sundays. Um, and I was on the phone with her for very nearly 25 minutes. And it's like, what's actually being streamlined here? What's the point of this? Does anybody know? Does anybody want to tell me? Could take Gaia's Cradle here, but I kind of feel like forcing red. I felt like taking Burst Lightning. Pack one, pick one, actually. Oh, yeah. Yep. We're doing this now. So yeah, that's one of the more recent developments at work. Fucking give me the land. I don't care. Satya probably wheels. Can I see the next pack? Thanks. Containment Priest isn't actually good. But neither is the rest of this pack, so I guess we just do that. There are probably people out there who would have me lynched for saying Containment Priest isn't that good. But I'm not going to stop speaking my truth. It's a 2-mana 2/2. Like, that's not impressive. Land? I think it's land. I was inspired by the absolute pile that our last opponent was running. So now I'm just gonna be taking all the lands. Taiga or Savannah, chat? What's the vibe? I guess Savannah is better right now because it makes white fetches slightly more potent. Let's do that. Yeah. Hell yeah. I just really wanted to wheel and take Satya. That's a card you don't get to play with much, just due to the colored pips. But it is very strong if you can resolve it. You know, on the one hand, it's the colored pips, and then on the other hand, it's also just the fact that it's 4 mana, and you always end up with more 4-drops than you need. But it's fine. I actually played with Satya in a paper draft when Modern Horizons 3 dropped. That was fun. Trying to remember when was actually the last time that I played Paper Magic, because I don't really go to my LGS anymore. Partially due to time issues, working full time. But then also because I just haven't really been enjoying it as much. You know, Commander has never been my go-to format, and they almost exclusively play that. Occasionally, we do drafts. And on the one hand, I still enjoy them, but at the same time, single set drafts just don't feel the same to me anymore. On the one hand, due to playing so much Vintage Cube, but also ever since Modern Horizons 3. Um, you know, I've talked about this in the past, but I really do think that Modern Horizons 3, like, set draft feels, it has the same play feel as a cube environment. I genuinely think it's one of the best limited formats, like limited format experiences I've ever played. Definitely the most fun single set draft that I've ever played. I did not get sick of that, no matter how much I played it online as well. I just kept running it, and it felt like for an entire week when Modern Horizons 3 dropped, I saw something new every single draft. It's like, it was only after like 10 drafts or so that I first saw the interaction of like, what's it called? It's not called Obstinate Gargoyle, is it? The 3-mana black and white 2/2 with persist. The interaction of that with nesting grounds, which is just absolutely nuts. Like that, that format was so good, and ever since, whenever I've drafted a single set, it just has felt lackluster. Because there's too much chaff. You're almost forced to play weak cards, even nowadays, when, you know, with the modern design philosophy of limited environments that has been, you know, center stage basically ever since, on the one hand, ever since War of the Spark, and on the other hand, ever since Neon Dynasty. I feel like that one was another big step in the same direction. It's such a shame that I don't get to, well, I say don't get to, that I don't play in paper very much these days. I'll probably come back to it at some point when I have more time, when work doesn't take as much out of me. You ever just take Omnath here? For the bit? Mono white Omnath? Let's go. Yeah, let's fuck around a little. Raffine, eh? Nah, I'm just gonna take Witch Enchanter. You know? And then on the other hand, because it's been so long since I last went, all the people at the LGS still know me by the name I no longer use. So I was thinking, like, if I go back there, or I guess when, because it's probably going to happen. I don't really doubt that. I need to have like a comically large name tag being like, hello, my name is Mocha. And just like really show that around to everyone who is willing to look at me, frankly. I don't know. I guess there is like one other reason why I've not been super into Paper Magic. And this is gonna sound pretty shitty coming out of my mouth, but one of the reasons that for quite a while I've not gotten nearly as much enjoyment out of Paper Magic is just that all the people in my local environment are bad at the game. And I know that's not due to the local environment, that's just due to people being bad. But it's, I don't know, it's still unfortunate, you know? And it worsens the experience for me personally. Not just because I want to have a chance to play against people that are good at the game, but also because when you don't have the same understanding of like what causes game states and what causes an advantage to develop and what causes you to lose a game, especially with regards to deck building, you get a lot more saltiness at you know, your play tables. And that's not everyone that I've played with, of course. It's the minority, in fact. But it's a very noticeable minority. God, am I really about to take Damn? That's how you know a deck is shit, when you take Damn in a basically mono white deck. But like, I'm not taking Bayou. Say the line, Randy. I said, say the line, Randy. Oh, fuck off. The one time I want to do a cooperative setup punchline, but that wasn't really setup punchline, but the one time I want to do a cooperative bit, you just let me off. You just drop me like that. Am I really just gonna run mono white after taking all of these lands and all of these non-white cards? What did you do? I don't know. What did you do, Randy? Is there anything you want to confess to me? I don't really think we want Voice of Victory. What's the... clearly the pick here is Leovold. Could take Tersa, I guess. Nah, fuck it. Let's just take Voice of Victory. Who cares? You didn't do it? Now, if that were true, Wacky, you wouldn't feel the need to say it. So, I am now more suspicious of you. I have my eye on you. I just want you to know that. I'm taking another leg. This even, like, I don't know what I'm cooking here. I genuinely don't know what I'm cooking. Just gonna take the creature. That's the line? Oh shit, you're right, that is the line. Hmm. Okay. I guess I'm a faker then. Because, I'm gonna be entirely honest, I've never watched The Simpsons. At least not ever since I, developed sentience. But that's not Randy's line. But, I guess I should, you know, I should say, I appreciate your commitment to the bit. I'm, I guess we take a Seeker's Chariot. God, this deck is so ass. This deck is so ass. I don't know what to tell you. What was I cooking? What were they cooking when they made this? Okay, Detectives Phoenix can salvage this, I believe. Do we have a single fetch land? We really don't. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah. This is gonna be great. Cloud. Hi, Cloud. Hi, Leyline Binding? Is that good? Is that a thing? I mean, I don't want Horizon Canopy. I don't want to zap myself for one every turn. That seems dangerous. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, Ursa Monstrosity wins games. I still trust. I believe in the heart of the cards. We're probably not playing Nethergoyf. And then Renin 6 isn't really playable here. What does Green Sun Zenith do for us? We have Belinda, Monstrosity, and Omnath. It's like not the worst to ever do it. I'll consider it. Or Hex Drinker? Eh? Nah, I'm taking the land. This is just gonna crash and burn so hard. Do I have any blue sources? I actually do. That's a little surprising. I don't want Chain Lightning, given the state of things. Overlord seems like a worse way to spend 4 mana than everything else. Yeah, okay, Omnath has to go. With no fetch lands, Omnath really isn't that appealing. Ah, this is so bad. Well, I've already cut it down to 23 playables. So that's cool, I guess. None of these are good. You know what? Let's run Talon Gates. Because of the interaction with Sweepers, That might actually work out. I'm once again cooking. Now, it's probably not worth it to run Satya here. But let's just inspect this a little more closely. Arena of Glory is like unbearable dog shit here. Or, sorry, abysmal dog shit. I'm not casting Satya. You're out. Green Sun Zenith is in. Is it actually? Without Omnath, that's even worse. Fine, I'll just go up a land. I'll just play 18 lands plus Witch Enchanter. It'll be fine. I mean, Talon Gates are basically a playable. Yep, this is the deck. Or, could run Overlord now. I'm still not entirely sure that's a card that wins games. But I did just cut separate 4-drops. Chat, anyone have a take on this? Or should I just follow my heart? I suppose I did just say I was going to believe in the heart of the cards. And, in a way, I am a card. And any loyal QCube viewers will even know which card I am. You know, I don't really make any sort of effort to hide it. How many green sources is this? 5, 6. And how many white sources is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13. Yeah, that's good enough. I am, of course, the fool. $19 lands? 19 lands too many? What? No, 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 no. I am following my heart. You say 19 lands, but one of them is only half a land. Witch Enchanter is more so a playable here than a land. Yeah, sure. There's a Pain land that sacrifices itself. We have the 2 Triomes. We also just have a bunch of tap lands. I don't want to play Overlord. Listen, if I can mana flood with 13 lands in my deck, then I no longer care. I don't believe in Overlord. Sorry, not sorry. Uh-huh. You don't say. I'm playing that. I just realized there was a territorial Kavu that didn't wheel. I was banking kind of hard on that wheeling, but then at the same time, I'm not even sure it would be good here. Now, you might say, hey, Q, you're just asking to get arrested by the O3 police. And to that I say, they'll never catch me alive. Trust me, I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Did they just thought scour themselves in my second main phase? Palantir? What are they cooking? I'm excited to see where they're going with this. Ah, Flash Toyston. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Archon of Cruelty. Uh-huh. Sure. Those sure are some flash targets. That's fine. Good. Yep. Well, we gave it our best shot. I really didn't draft any graveyard hate, did I? Should have just stuck to forcing red. Alright, but second time's the charm. Trust, it's gonna work. Work out. You're gonna win a game. Don't worry about it. What does this card do again? I kind of put it in my deck without reading it. Whenever another creature you control enters, put a ++1 counter on that creature if its power is less than Shalinda's power. Otherwise, put a ++1 counter on Shalinda. Uh-huh. Very interesting. I'm going to play that. Oh. Okay, that is an artifact. This is gonna work. It'll all be fine. I mean, literally, this isn't even that bad. It's just an oversized Elvish Visionary. Like, it's not impressive. Yeah? Oh, and they're holding up one man. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, well, you know, it was a good run. No, that's good. That's good. Big fan of this one. Yeah. I don't think I'm casting that. Don't stern scolding me. Thanks. Well, that's fine. One top, one bottom. Have the card. Eh, we're at 8, but we're also getting smacked. Oh, what? I I meant to click yes. Why did I click no? I genuinely wanted to let them draw the card. Um, now hear me out. Oh god, should I just... No, surely it's gonna get better the second time around. Um, hmm, hmm. I think I think what the kids would say in this position is something along the lines of you need to lock in. But I don't know what that means, so I couldn't possibly adhere to their command. Which is unfortunate. I like locks. We are playing against Serum Visions. That avatar isn't even Serum Vision. What the heck? Okay, what's the play order here? I guess Shalinda first. Just because it makes us better against him. Wow, this almost looks like a curve. That's crazy. Never thought I'd see the day. Man, I used to get so many wins drafting like this. Like, not even exaggerating. Just taking lands forever and ever and ever. To be such a strong strategy, but nowadays I feel like it doesn't hold up. Really weird. I wonder if there's any reason for this. Or any way to evolve with the meta game. Anybody know anything about that? And I mean, to put it bluntly, I've not really been involved with. We need to start an investigation. Yeah. I mean, this deck does contain an inspector. What I was about to say is, ever since Matt deleted the Discord server, I've not really talked to anyone else about vintage cube drafting. So what is this? This is just gonna be some 4-mana kill spell, so either mastery or lethal scheme. Which we can beat by holding up Talon Gates. Or Snuff Out, I suppose. Oh god. And I mean, going back to the topic of not having anyone to talk about drafting with, I obviously could have just, sought out some other cube community on Discord or elsewhere, and I just haven't because genuinely I haven't cared enough. It's not like I've even really participated in any of the drafts that were organized in that server. I mostly just used it as as a place to talk about the Magic Online Vintage Cube, share strategies, share which cards over or underperform. And that was nice. I don't know. Okay, we're really gonna need an answer to this one. Uh, Andy, what did they mean by this? They only sell soup. I mean, as much as I agree with the sentiment, I do want to point out that canned soup exists. So you can just can. You can just buy that and then have soup at any time. I mean, I personally don't need to resort to that because I have soup in the house 24/7 anyway, as you certainly know. But I'm mostly just saying this as a PSA to those who don't have permanent access to soup the way I do. Okay, I'm gonna pass the turn. Let's see what happens. That's that drum part has like almost the same structure as the aim break. Anyone else hear that? Not quite the same, but it seems close enough. Oh my god. Okay, now that is a post that I really appreciate you sending to me. I guess it's on me for never shutting up about taking naps, but hey, what can I say? Naps are great. Sleeping is honestly a goated way to spend your time on Earth. And I mean, the main reason that I've been taking so many naps is just that if I don't, I'd have to go to sleep at like 8 p.m. during any week I'm working early. And that literally slashes my entire social life. So, yeah, I'd rather not do that. Okay. Here's how we can still win. We just wait for them to bleed out to their own mana crypt. See, this is why mana crypt is a bad card. It's literally worse than an on-color Mox. Like, what are we doing here? Nice desktop background? What the? So was anybody going to tell me that my game wasn't showing up? When did it disappear? What the heck? I love how functional Magic Online is. And the way it interacts with OBS. It's really great. No, thanks for telling me. I would not have noticed myself. Remember back in the day? Oh my god, Randy's gonna remember this. Remember when my OBS would just freeze whenever there was a bright flash on screen? Unless I would. God. I. When I say this out loud, it sounds fake. It sounds like I'm making this up. I had to. Whenever I booted up my PC, if I opened up OBS and then tried to stream or record, then any bright flash would just cause the OBS feed to freeze up. And so the way I worked around that was that I, after booting up my PC for the first time, I just rebooted immediately. And after doing that, OBS worked perfectly fine. And like, that sounds so fake, but ultimately it's just one of my many tech issues. I keep having tech issues. At least that one's resolved nowadays. I haven't encountered that since, well, I guess since reinstalling my OS in, when was that? Like February? Was it in February? Jeez, that's like ages ago. Time really flies, huh? Oh, hello, Manacrypt. Hmm. Not a fan of that one. Okay, okay. I can work with this. There's a forest? Have they had green mana this entire time? We got this, chat. Here's how we can still win. They played that instead of cycling it. How curious. Why so curious? Or like, why so curious? That's a joke I've never made before. The Woker. Don't hardcast Archon of Cruel. Don't do it. Okay, they're hardcasting Tyrant. It is Archon of Cruelty. Fuck. God damn it. That's illegal. We actually probably still beat this, but still annoying. Fucking... Yeah, the planes can go, I guess. So, what were you saying, Randy, about starting an investigation? We are literally investigating. Right now. Oh, hi, Reprieve. Frankly, this is the easiest win of my life. I think like no, genuinely no reason to eat the pearl. They are a master at winning coin flips. Wow. I'm jealous. Hey, Lamau. Won a match. I genuinely was not expecting that. This deck is so ass. Ah. Trying to think if there's anything else we could be doing after this next match. I don't think I have another draft and you ever just boot up Lichess and start playing a couple rapid games? I would lose, but like could do it. Eh? I don't have anything better to do. What the fuck is sleep? Going to keep playing on curve with total disregard for whatever my opponent might have. Alright, that's fine. Huh? I'm confused. Why is there a talisman of conviction? Why is there an Avacyn's program? What the heck? Amio. Amio. Ah, vey. Okay. They're making us work for it, for sure. Mishra's Workshop. Why am I not surprised? Yep, of course. Me when I activate Tamio last. Oh, you don't say. Go ahead and spend one extra mana on that, will you, champ? Yeah, fine. They were correct activating Tamio last. Shut up. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Genuinely, you're being so insensitive right now. I can hear your thoughts, okay? I can hear you silently judging me for judging my opponent. I don't need to take this. And they named Oko, Thief of Crowns. There's a true name Nemesis? Yep. Why did they named Oko? That's such an interesting choice. Named Oko again. And miss. Wait, how do you name Oko over Minsk? Okay, let's just not talk about it. There's a fiery confluence. There's a fiery confluence. You know, it's good though. Every now and then you need to just remind yourself that your experiences are not universal. There are many people who experience the world around you in a, or the world around them in a different way from yourself. Well, they found Oko. Good for them, I guess. Um, I mean, Jesus. We're like not dead. Okay, okay. Showing Phoenix doesn't quite work yet. Um, Probably wanna eat that Oko. Gotta punch Tamio. Name's Goldspan Dragon. Huh. Look at that. They found it too. Good job. Uh, 11 damage. How okay are we with letting Tamio live? Guess if we don't, we just die. Hmm. What is this? What the heck? Nissa. Fun. Okay, here's how we can still win. Obviously, we Sunfall this. Do we even attack? We draw one card, but the token is smaller. Right now it's an 8/8. Together with Phoenix, that's 10 Oh, but also we die. But also we die. Oh, that's awkward. Hmm. Like Shalinda, Aspirant, Phoenix. No, we can't because we can't bestow the Phoenix yet. But I guess the way to... No, that doesn't work either, though. Ah. I'm really just not seeing a line to stay alive. But I feel the need to make some sort of game action. Yeah. I straight up don't think there was a single line that even gave us a chance to stay alive there. Huh. Suppose that happened. Yo, that's a curve. Lands and creatures, baby. I spilled my drink. Only a droplet of it. I did not fuck up the keyboard that I still need to return. Don't worry about it. Uh, just make a more jacked rabbit. I want to make the rabbit more jacked. I wonder what other effects this will cause, making the rabbit more jacked. I wonder how this will affect the trout population. Oh, come on! Stop it! Ah! Please! I hate going on walks. There, I said it. Walks were invented by Big Leg to sell more pavement. This is my new conspiracy theory. Speaking of which, the construction site outside my house has been continuing steadily. Um, for the entirety of this week and last week, actually, I have been able to use the walkway up to the door to my house perfectly fine. They're done here, and they moved over, a couple yards to just keep going there. But it was so interesting. They finished up while I was on vacation, I'm pretty sure. Um, so I got back, and first thing I noticed was the fresh pavement, and that was quite a nice sight, I will say. Um, what do we do? No Palace Jailer. Is a 3-3? Damn. Yeah? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Gonna be very interesting. The Major, huh? Yeah. Get your mana crypt or whatever. Don't skull clamp though. Don't get a skull clamp. Oh no, they got skull clamp. Oh. Well, this is gonna make things a bit more tricky. But I still think we're fine. We just sunfall it up and it'll all be okay in due time. Really is a skull clamp, huh? $11. Not Tamio again. Oh, but they don't have double blue? Past that? Okay. That's not that bad then, is I hope it's not that bad. Well, this is going to be interesting. Make an 11-11 and punch something. Our opponent down to 2 seems somewhat useful with the Detective's Phoenix in our deck. Punching Oko also seems useful though. Yeah, getting them down to 2 isn't actually that good. Making Entertainment. You don't say. Well, I really feel like the only cool thing here to do is to kill Oko. And hope they don't find any creatures or anything. Can take 3 turns here. It's kind of a mess. But this is clearly our best line. They didn't find their confluence. That's cool. 7 mana, what the heck is this? X cost. Walking Ballista? Well? Wait, they're zapping themselves. What's that mean? Oh, it's Nissa. That makes sense. Okay. So. This is quite the situation now. I have enough mana to crack the canyon and cast everything. Basically required to knock down Tamio. Still don't like our outlook. This is only game 2. Ay, ay, ay. I wish I were playing a better deck right now. Don't Goldspan Dragon me, please. Minsk and Boo. Timeless Heroes. You don't say. You don't say. Yep. Okay. Well, this is fine-ish. Excellent. Accept that for blue. Okay. You can see how that might be useful. And then I'm thinking we just punch Nissa. Because Tamio isn't that useful. We haven't seen the Thassa's Oracle. We haven't seen them name Thassa's Oracle, so I don't think that's something they have. Tamio's just here to buy back Time Walk. And they scoop. Okay, okay. Here's how we can still win. Here's how we can still keep going infinite. I am not running Overlord of the Mistmoors. Satya might be decent here, but I just don't trust my fixing to run that. I don't trust it. Oh my god, I've got some great news, chat. I just remembered this. I found my tweezers that I talked about losing like a week ago. Unfortunately, I also have since then gone out and bought new tweezers. So now I have 2 pairs of tweezers. Which I guess is a good thing because it means I can keep one of them near my desk and the other one in the bathroom. Because those are like the 2 places where I usually look for tweezers. And chances are, if I'm looking for them in one place, they're in the other. So, honestly, could be worse. And it's not like tweezers are that expensive. I really didn't ruin myself getting those. Yeah, sure, I'll play that. Yeah, it's just a happy little accident. All part of Void's plan. What is this? Is it a fiery confluence? No, I bought extra tweezers. I'm ruined. Yeah. Tapped everything and changed their mind. Okay, so this has got to be a fiery confluence, right? So I really don't want to just jam monstrosity into that. I'll push the 1 though. Hello, Goldspan Dragon. Okay. Leyline Binding or Monstrosity? I mean, if we play Monstrosity now, Shalinda actually survives a Wait a minute. They tucked Confluence underneath that Chromox, I just noticed. I don't think they're about to cast that one. In that case, I can just go in with Reckless Abandon. I don't need to address this dragon. Better to be proactive than reactive anyway. Let's get in there. Okay. Opponent has acquired infinite mana. Infinite power. Metamorph? Fine. The Goldspin Dragon. Yep. Fair enough. Don't time mark. Please. I mean, I guess if their last card is time mark, we're like favored to win from here. I think. Is this like a weird champ version of Looks to the Moon? I've actually like never listened to the entire Downpour soundtrack like this. The song is called Random Fate. But like this is, I guess it's just the main theme. Maybe I'm full of shit. What then? Why did why did it not automatically select itself as attacking? Did I miss something? Did they change that? Ah, you're crewing. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna let this happen. Go ahead. Yep. Take that trade. Do this. We just damn. Very unlikely that we lose here. More often than not, we beat Oko, elking our bear. Oko turning our bear into an elk probably still leads to us winning. Hey, Lamau, 2-1 with the most garbage deck that I have drafted in months. And that is not an exaggeration. This is simply trash. But you know what? You take the lands, you take the creatures, you take the W. Definitely not Magic the Gathering for me. For tonight. What time is it? Like 11:30? Hmm. I don't really feel like streaming chess right now. And guess the game streams always become weird, so let's just raid someone. Um. Am I really gonna raid someone playing Donkey Kong Bonanza? That feels disingenuous as much as you know, with how much I shit talk Nintendo and the Nintendo Switch 2. But you know what? I'm gonna do it because Dinkles is awesome. Wow, it really is just Mario Odyssey, huh? It's genuinely just straight up Mario Odyssey. What the fuck? That's... I guess that game was successful, and I'm the weird one for disliking it. You all go show Dinkles some love. Um, Probably not going to be streaming that much Magic the Gathering in the near future. More Void coming up next week when I get my uh keyboard finally. Can finally play Void again. Finally stream Void again, especially now that Talks has changed and Chroma has changed. It's a whole new world, really. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm gonna write up a schedule at some point tomorrow. That's about it for me. Hope you all have a great rest of your night or day, still day where you live, and hope to see you again soon. Take care, everyone.